Hi, Gene. Ryan wanted you to have access to everything that the online upgraders get. I recently requested permission for you to use this drive. This is drive I built that we created in 2008 for the first round of creating the upgrader. Plus, it's got all of the online apprenticeship stuff in there, everything that Brad and Corey and Ryan and I have done over the last few years. So if you can't get into it, let me know and I'll request permission again. So first thing I'm going to show you in there is this is for you and I. So I put the one there so it's always at the top. This is all the stuff we've collected over the years. Um, I don't discard anything. You never know when it might come handy again. Um, this is my stuff here. This is for you and I. Well, we'll get to the block exams in a second. So basically what I've got here first is a breakdown when it comes up, breakdown of the courses with the list of manuals in, sorry, the blocks with the list of courses. This is a document I made up for Dean's Council. Again, I don't throw anything out. Don't save. We'll go back now. So what I've done here is I've transferred everything out of the shared drive, the P drive, and put them in here for storage. Then, what are we going to pick? We'll pick framing. So basically what I've done is created for each of the courses quizzes. These first 50 are out of the carpentry text bank. There's around 50 in each one. And I guess there's more than 50 here, Gene. Some of them are mixed in with our courses too, as well. Um, if I get time, I'll try and break them out by um, learning outcomes for you. But here's what I've got. Um, in floor framing, again, these first, however many there are out of the Canadian wood, or sorry, the carpentry text. Then I've sorted them all by learning outcome from our test banks. And I'll show you why I did that when I show you the online part. I've also got image library from the textbook and all of the graphics in all of the course manuals. Now the reason for that is I create little mini PowerPoints for my online guys. And why create something new else when you've got access to this stuff? Then your manuals for printing, they're all here. As well, it's in the Kaplan Carpenter drive in my folder and in your folders inside there. They're still there as well. Plus I've saved them to my M drive. And then break down your manuals for in class. So you have PDFs and you have Word documents and you have the answer key as well as the course manual. And then the National Occupational Analysis. And I'm assuming that you follow it as well when you're doing your in class. I follow it religiously, although I'm not sure sometimes if the IP is following it all that well. Um, this is the Kaplan Carpenter drive, and this is that folder you and I created last year. And these are all the quizzes broke out for you as well. So you have two locations for that. If you get used to working out of that CARP upgrader, if there's stuff that you and I can both share, then we both have access to it immediately. Because I always go into that folder, sorry, that drive. um, and here's some more quizzes hidden. There's only Ryan, Corey, Brad, myself, and now you that have access to the upgrader, so it's a pretty safe site. And it's just development stuff, so it's not huge. So they're never, I'm going to say never, but they're probably never going to ask us to unload things out of there. I should have been prepared for this. Sorry, Gene. We need to, I want to show you how the online looked. I should have had this up for you. Where's that reasons? There it is. So this is the online. It opens up automatically here to the first block, common occupational skills. And this is the order that I suggest that they follow when they're doing it. When I wanted to show you, I don't spend a lot of time asking them about tools. What I tell them is this here: you must be familiar with the safe and proper use of any tool that is listed in the National Occupational Analysis for a carpenter trade. It is your responsibility to review any of the tools listed that you are unfamiliar with. See the National Occupational Analysis tool review before proceeding with the learning outcomes. So what I've done is taken all of the tools out of the NOA, and they can go through it all. I forgot to show you something, Gene. Sorry about that. Upgrader. You have all of the videos that we've created over the last years, everything. And there's some duplicates. I use, well, I don't use them all, but I use an awful lot in the online part. Um, you can sort them however you want. If you were going to use them in class. I forgot to show you this as well. These are all the textbooks that I have scanned over the years. I do a lot of snipping tool for the PowerPoints. Speaking of which, there's PowerPoints from the carpentry text, and then there's the and then there's the PowerPoints that we've made over the last few years. So, if I remember correctly, I'm going to be putting more in, by the way. I have them all stored on Brightspace. Back to the online. So we'll jump ahead to framing for a sec. I want to show you something. So what I do online is, so for example, this is showing framing 202 here. Basically what I've done is oops. So they do their first learning outcome. This is all pretty typical of each of the courses. And then the learning activities. So I suggest that they study these. There's some courses where I say do all of the questions. There's other courses where I only pick certain ones. And then there's the links to the videos or the PowerPoints that we make. Then at the end of the learning outcome, whoops, is a quiz that have the quizzes out of our test bank for that learning outcome only. And it's a self-check quiz. After they've submitted it to be marked, and they have access to this at any time, it tells them which answers they got right, correct, and which they got incorrect on. So that's in a nutshell is what you have, basically identical to me, other than stuff like the learning activities. If you want, I could copy them over for you too, as well, or maybe we can get together on business Skype this spring yet and work. Once you have access to the block, we can share screen, and I can show you everything else that I've got in here. But basically, you have everything now that I would have. Okay, so give me a shout if you need anything.